What was the impact of COVID-19 on coastal communities? Fish Forever conducted 2 global surveys to get a snapshot of how the pandemic has affected coastal communities. The surveys allowed us to better understand the level of disruption, fishers' coping strategies and the response of local governments, awareness of available financing, and the role of small-scale fisheries in the recovery process. Here's what we found out. At least 95% of fishers and local government respondents shared that COVID-19 has impacted or severely impacted their locality, confirming the level of disruption experienced by the sector. Both groups of respondents also reported the following impacts: limited access to markets, limited access to fishing grounds, less income and food, and lower prices of fish catch and fish products. On the other hand, some respondents saw fish prices go up, which could be the effect of several factors like the type of fish species sold, whether the fish was meant for export or domestic consumption, and which part of the value chain the respondent belongs to. Some areas saw an increase in the number of fishers as tourism and other industries ground to a halt. This suggests that some community members had made tourism their main source of income, with small-scale fishing as their backup. This underscores the need to identify potential and ready-to-implement backup plans and diversified sources of income. Increased numbers of fishers also suggest that local governments may need to strengthen behavior campaigns around fishing rules and regulations. The survey also revealed some of the ways by which fishers coped, such as community fishing, family fishing, farming, and savings. The Savings Clubs is one of the interventions that RARE has successfully rolled out with its community partners. Local governments report that comprehensive livelihood programs dominate their long-term plans. This matches the needs and coping strategies reported by fishers. However, most subnational and local government officials are still unaware of their national government's long-term plans to address the impact of COVID-19. This signals a need to prioritize small-scale fisheries in national recovery plans, as well as the need to communicate and cascade these programs to communities. While a significant majority of local governments are experiencing or anticipating a reduction in available resources, more than 25% of the respondents have not. This could be because of the following reasons. They haven't seen a significant impact of COVID-19, or that they've availed of stimulus packages, or they're planning to realign existing surplus funds. There is a very high level of interest among local governments to apply for financing to support the coastal fisheries sector, but 62% are still unaware of available financing programs. And only 8 respondents mentioned that they have successfully applied for financial assistance. This low access rate might be due to insufficient capacity among local governments to work on the studies or proposals required, their perceptions about loans, and the design of the actual financing mechanism. This insight can help national governments and financing institutions to develop appropriate financing products for the sector. Local governments recognize that small-scale fisheries can contribute to the following: sustainable fisheries, biodiversity protection and conservation, oceans and coastal resources management, and climate change adaptation. As for the role of small-scale fisheries in the recovery from the pandemic, the following were also cited by a majority of the local governments: contribution to sustainable fisheries, food sufficiency, and social resilience. We at RARE will continue to monitor the pulse of fishers and local governments and share relevant and accurate information. With your support, we will continue to respond appropriately to the needs and challenges that these communities face. Together, there's a lot that we can do.